Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what we're looking at now is the new topic. Now, I'm sorry I'm not very well today. You can probably hear that in my voice, but there's not much I can do about that. So, look, you're going to be looking at 90645, which is bivariate data, okay? Now, fundamentally, what you're going to have to do is to pick two sets of data, which we're going to call X and we're going to call Y. Okay, now they should have something to do with each other. You'd expect them to have some sort of link, okay? So don't pick something daft, like the amount of money you spend in a shop and the number of times England win a soccer game. It doesn't work like that, okay? They've got to have two different things. And the X one is going to be what we call the explanatory variable. And I'm sorry, I'm writing on a tablet, so it's quite explanatory. There you go. Okay, now more commonly, it's actually now these days known as this predictor variable. Okay, and then the Y one is going to be the response variable, and it's the predicted. Okay, and you're going to make a whole series of purpose statements about these. Fundamentally, you are going to say, I am investigating to see if there is a link between X and Y, X being the predictor variable and Y being the predicted variable, and if there is a link, to what extent can I use X to predict Y? Okay, now we'll do a little bit more on that later on. A couple of things I want you to do for me. First of all, I want you to go to the New Lake site, okay, and that's newlake.co.nz downloads. Okay, you should be able to work all that out. Okay, and you are going to be looking for this one here. Okay, so let's right on top of this one. So you are looking for, let's see, so I've got all the autopilot. You're looking for this one here. Okay, that's what I'm interested in. Okay, so you're going to download that. When you download that, you'll get an Excel spreadsheet which looks a bit like this. Just got lots and lots and lots of things across the bottom. And all you've got to remember on all of those is that these are all the ones from your new from your New Lake book, okay? And they've just got some very basic bits and pieces to do. Okay, now what you're going to have to do when you come to doing these things, and we'll go to this one, all right, we're going to look at two sets of data. Now, all you're going to have to do is highlight both of them and draw a scattered diagram. It's quite easy, really. Now, we're going to talk about putting better values on and stuff like that, but this will do for now, so we can actually see what's going on. When you've done that, you've already done this idea before, you're going to right-click on a particular button, you're going to add a trend line, you're going to add a linear trend line. Now, remember, this is my Mac version, so you may have different things to this, but fundamentally, you want to display the R-squared and the thing, you know how to do this, and there it is. Okay. I can make that a bit bigger, possibly, but I'm not going to worry too much. And then you are going to say, look, there is a positive linear trend between a positive linear relationship between X and Y, and this formula means, and so on and so on and so on and so on. Okay, having done that, obviously there's a better one here. I hope you can see quite clearly. There's just this nice curve here that we can look at. So I'm going to just right-click on a dot again, and I'm going to add a trend line, and I'm going to look at my types. Now remember, yours is slightly different to mine. I think it looks something like that. Let's look at that. We click on OK, and look at that. Isn't that lovely? Now, I made a mistake because, of course, I forgot there to ask it to give me the equation of the trend line. Okay, so we go OK, and then we go from there. And if you look at the difference in R-squared values, oops, I've got the wrong one there. We'll try that again, shall we? Format the trend line. Options. Ah, that's better. Right, because those two are the same. So I must have done something wrong. Now, on the video, it's probably too small to see, but this R-squared value is 0.94, and this value R-squared value is 0.78. And looking your eye, quite clearly, this exponential is a much better way. So we're going to be doing stuff like that. We'll be looking at residuals and bits and pieces like that. Okay, now what I want you to do is I want you to start working your way through these examples and making sure that you can produce some graphs. Okay? And so it's all pretty straightforwardly until we get to this 50 countries. Now, this is a really good indication of the sort of thing you're going to have to do in your test. Okay, so we look at this, and this is the deaths under 1 and the deaths under 5. This is in your textbook. You'll find it in New Lake. And so on and so on and so on and so on and so on. Now, which of these do you think would have an obvious correlation? Okay, just think about that. Okay, which one would have obvious correlations? Is it the gross national product per person gives you a better adult life expectancy? Is it the number of deaths under 1 is related to the amount of money? Do fertile countries have less money? Do they have more percentage of people in work? Is it the fact that, and so on and so on and so on. And you can just pick two or three of those and have a play. Now, this is what I want you to do in addition though. So we've had a look at the New Lake website. Then I want you to go to the NZQA website, and if you pause the video and maybe expand it, you can see this. This is NZQA and so on and so on and so on. Mathematics exemplars. Now I deliberately left this up here for you so you can see what I typed in. Okay, and then down here you've got 90645, and you can open that up. And when you do open it up, what you end up with oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, is you'll get a Word document, and it misses out some of the graphs and stuff like that. Now that might just be because it's my Word document and it doesn't like the format things are in. But what you get on here is little statements. Now I think if you try to open this up in as a PDF, you see it all. Okay, but what I'm interested in is this idea here. This sort of stuff that says this is what achieved is, this is what merit is, this is what's good enough for achieved, this is what's not good enough for achieved, and so on and so on and so on and so on, and does that. So let's just show you that one more time where it is. Okay, NZQA qualification standards, qualifications, NCA subjects, mathematics, exemplars. Okay, and I can show you the top of the page of what it looks like. So it looks like that. Okay, maths annotated exemplars. Go have a jolly good look through it. What I want you to spend most of today doing is having a look at these things here. All right, so remember it's 90645. Then the other one, which is really helpful, is the TKI website. Now I showed you this the other day. Okay, this is TKI. Again, have a look. Resources for non-aligned standards, mathematics, statistics. Search your way through until you get to here. Now, because it's TKI, not NCA, it doesn't actually list the things in the right way. So you have to go to Maths and Stats 3.5, and then what they do is that, oh, please excuse me, X2 is actually the test that they gave, and then you've got X2, an example of an excellence piece of work, a merit piece of work, an achieved piece of work, another achieved, and a not achieved. And those are really, really worth having a good look at to find out what is the difference between achieved, merit, and excellence. Okay, so today's work is quite straightforward. I want you first of all to pull down this file. Then I want you to have a look at this one here, and then I want you to have a look at all of these. And if you manage to finish that and you want to have some practice at it, okay, have a go at the Excel file and just see if you can make, I did question 16 to 20 there, just see if you can make your graphs do that, okay? There's plenty of examples for you to work through from your New Lake book, okay? I would suggest that you actually start at about page 8, okay? Just to have a look. I don't really like the small values. I prefer this is a good one to start off with. And if you really want to get going, okay, have a jolly good look at this concept here. If I can get a clean page up, which I don't appear to be. Maybe I'm going to. There we go. Have a go at working out residuals. Excuse me. Residuals are a really good way of finding how good a pattern is. And all things being well, I hope to see you Monday. Okay. Cheerio, guys. Thank you.